active? And if so, then welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Xwa Underground, streaming at you live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We have a packed card here tonight, as this is our second stop before Xwa's Winter Warfare, which will be, in which we have the official date and when that pay-per-view is happening. It will be happening on, drum roll please, it will be happening on December 15th. So, and another surprising thing is that tickets are currently on sale right now. So get them while they can, because once they're gone, they will be gone. And of course, we are being greeted with your friendly neighborhood vampire. Wait, vampire? Am I looking at this right, Reese? Well, you would be right. Well, the description says as follows. Yes, this woman is a friendly neighborhood vampire. Okay, how the fuck did that make sense? Aren't vampires evil? Yes, but this one is friendly. Or as long as you don't piss her off, you should be fine. Remind me not to do exactly just that. Point taken. And our secondary opponent, the Red Riot, Carol Harper. After Carol Harper does have, well, pretty much the red metal baseball bat in hand, and for what she's saying, she's hoping to potentially use this well in her match tonight, but not if for Emma Jones wants to disarm. So we do a few things here and there, and then we'll get things all set up. I'm still setting shit up for the stream, so if I'm not talking a whole lot, then that's why. But the good news is, it's not a lot. Anyway, that the match is already underway. Well, between the Red Riot versus, well, the friendly neighborhood vampire Emma Jones into the corner. Go for her and a massive, well, I want to say massive forearm into the corner. Now, of course, technically this will be the first time that both of these women end up getting to fight each other, as you have seen from last week that for Carol Harper made her pretty much her televised and in-ring debut, but had a lackluster match, I would say. She did manage to get some hits in, but she did lose on her first match. But now, looking at it here for Emma Jones, trying to lock in somewhat of a Black Widow. Well, I think it's called the Red Widow Reeves, is what she called it. Oh yeah, that's right. But anyway, ducking under, going for Emma Jones, hopping over. Terry tried to redirect Carol Harper, but does not work within her favor. It's seeming that for Harper now has control over the match, and bit of a face watch, and might as well go for two. And that puts Emma Jones down, as you technically can hear Carol Harper say, "I'm really out here beating a dead horse. Are you a vampire or something? Because if so, how come you never bit me before?" And technically for Carol Harper, trying to showcase, well, in Xwa Underground, of why she needs to be treated as more of a threat rather than just some jobber that showed up on Xwa No Limits. But now, here comes Carol Harper for a massive European uppercut in the corner. I believe that was a European uppercut from what I'm looking at. But it'll only get a 2 count. And Emma Jones gets shouldered up at 2. With an elbow drop onto the chest. It seems that for Carol Harper is not looking to hold back against Emma Jones, but missing the elbow drop for the 3rd time, and now Emma Jones is now back onto 2 feet and taking control of the match. So massive body chop to the center of the chest for Carol Harper. A kick straight into the corner. However, for Carol Harper, lifting up Jones and taking her down. Prayer with the Riot Slam, but wait a second, and now for Jones being taken on the ride for the Riot Driver. And covered now by Carol Harper. And that will be a win for the Red Riot.
Here is your winner, Carol
And I don't even think that match even lasted a total of like either 2 to 3 minutes. But referee decision is obviously final, as your winner goes to Carol Harper. Had to get something out of my eye. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, so Reeve, I have a surprise for you. That is, well, that surprise is, well, due to the higher ups thinking it might be a good idea, you're going to be having a match at Winter Warfare. Wait, what? No, you're kidding, right? Nope. It was already announced. I'm having a match. I'm only just a commentator. Well, let's see, kind of commentator can actually hoop, from what the new kids be calling it. You're gonna have to buy me my own attire. Fine, I'll get you my fucking like credit card after the show. But anyways, as the matchup here tonight is already shaping up to be a little bit of a good one. Right? Is it a good one? Well, that I do not know. But nonetheless, it's looking to be shaping up to be a awesome or interesting match heading our way. And that match would be Paige Bailey versus Chloe Paige. As you don't know, that for Chloe Paige end up coming up short, well, in the #1 contenders match for the Cruiserweight title. But of course, she's saying that she's not mad about it, as she's gonna learn from those mistakes and come back even stronger. But then you have the likes of Paige Bailey, who technically, she has a few wins under her belt, but then again, that these two women, they seen each other before, but they never had a match against each other. But all of that changes tonight, because it will be Bailey versus Paige. Well, coming up next. They're trying to make a call. And we're back here live in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And coming out first would be Paige Bailey.
It's scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Milwaukee, Minnesota, Paige Bailey.
For Paige Bailey making her walk down to her ring. And she's actually being greeted by a bunch of fans. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch of fans, but you know. Technically, Paige Bailey's, I want to say, her secondary time here in Underground, as she was rapidly brought up into the main roster. Why? I have specifically no idea. But now here comes everyone's favorite high flyer. Well, pretty much the sister of everyone's favorite female high flyer, that being Chloe Paige. Of course, her sporting the blue tiger film mask that she has worn, I believe, in both Mexico and Japan at one point. But of course, she decided to wear the mask to show support for her older sister. But now that she is technically old enough to basically compete, but that she's now wearing the mask as part of her entrance. Now, I will say this: it would be kind of cool if we would to see her pretty much wrestling in with that same exact mask. Because honestly, to think about it, that for both Megan and Chloe Paige do have somewhat of a luchadora, well, background, well, thanks to their mom. But now, you know what, now mentioning it, how would those three even perform if they were put into a triple threat? Well, Reeves, I have no idea. But, with what you said, that actually does beg the question. How would these three do in a triple threat? Well, all I can say is let's just hope it doesn't cause any issues for when they have like a family dinner. Yeah, now you're starting to remind me of what happened during Thanksgiving. Yep. But anyways, that we're focusing on the match right now is for Chloe Paige trying to at least deliver a tad bit of offense here onto Paige Bailey. As of course, not to be confused with Chloe Paige being, well, technically the overall fan favorite here tonight in terms of being in the SWA. And a lot of people have said online that Chloe Paige deserved like a fucking title shot due to her not only being almost just as fast as Nathan Fraser, but also technically being just, like I say, just undeniably fast in the ring. Something regarding the game I played. But anyways, continuing on to the match after I just received a tap on my phone. I thought I had notifications off. Reeve, do you have notifications off on your end? Yeah, what about it? Interesting. So anyway, that for Chloe Paige looking to take things into high gear. Massive moonsault is covered, kick out by Paige Bailey. Sorry if I'm falling behind for you guys. Another moonsault, but knees up, but by Paige Bailey. Pretty much into the corner now for Chloe Paige. Pretty much try to go for a corner kick combo. Pretty much trying to at least kick the air out of Chloe Paige. But it's not going to keep her down for that long. Like, you're going to have to try almost everything but in her arsenal in order for at least one of them to get a win. But now, Chloe Paige pretty much looking to utilize a move out of her sister's playbook. And that is for the Three Amigos and the cover. But Paige Bailey gets shoulders up. Paige and Paige Bailey are just pretty much still trying to figure out how they can actually walk out of here with another win. And then for Chloe Paige, I want to say she kind of feels a little bit overconfident in the matchup alone, but then again, I could be wrong. But anyway, covering out by Chloe Paige. And kick out by Paige Bailey. Now for Chloe going for pretty much a standing moonsault and a kick to the lower back of Paige Bailey. For Chloe, now instead, Paige managed to break things up between both her and Chloe. Pretty much the base on the rope, and now we're trying to throw Chloe Paige into the rope. I'm not sure if that's a good idea for by Paige Bailey, considering the fact that for Chloe can use those ropes to her full advantage. But here comes Paige Bailey with another full corner combo, kicking the air out of Chloe Paige yet again, and tried to get the cover. And shoulders up at 2 by Chloe Paige. The Paige Bailey needs to realize any possible way that she can have Chloe Paige to slow down at least enough for to put her away. And now for Chloe Paige, massive, massive suplex by Chloe and a standing moonsault on top of it. But I still can't believe that for Chloe Paige, for how young she really is. She's already moving like she's already like a full professional, a veteran, if you will. Yeah, because you know there's some people that are just pretty much very talented at birth, or they end up being trained to become one. Anyway, that for Chloe Paige sends Paige Bailey back to her locker room packing.
Here's your winner.
Alright, let's see here. Also, just give me a moment. Someone literally just fucking texted me some important shit on Twitter, which I don't know what the fuck any of this shit means, but it shouldn't probably matter. Like, that was just a bunch of bullshit. And then I just got word from backstage saying that a certain someone wanted to try and throw some hands tonight. But the question is, who? Of course, our general manager, well, Hurtful, who pretty much had just informed us saying that Julia Garcia's opponent will be, well, not only decided, well, it's not decided because she's already in the building, but Julia Garcia will find out who will be her opponent for tonight. So I guess don't go anywhere. So now as we return to, well, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, now we are being greeted.
San Diego, California, Julia
After Julia Garcia technically returning into XWA's Underground. Technically the same brand that she, I want to say, somewhat debuted on. After Julia Garcia, not knowing who her opponent is, but technically for Hurtful has already been making calls a week in advance, and seeming that this woman is here and ready to take down Julia Garcia. But the lighting looks kind of awfully familiar.
And from Charlottesville, Virginia, Emily Marshall.
Oh, and it seems like it's an old friend of ours from the last season of the XWA, and that is Emily Marshall returning to XWA. And now for, well, Emily Marshall pretty much coming back here after, I want to say she has said it in an interview, the reason why she has been absent from the XWA is because she was technically mourning the loss of someone that she pretty much knows personally, and said that she doesn't want to reveal their names or anything. And also she was dealing with a slight bit of depression also from that loss, because technically her and that person that she knows she's really close with. But now all the dust has been settled and she is back to her normal self. But she said she ended up coming back with a cost. She had to ditch for the MYS name. So technically, Emily Marshall is not known as the future MYS anymore. She is just known as Emily Marshall. So quick for Emily Marshall, trying to utilize a bit of a stormbreaker cover by Marshall, only to be kicked out due to Julia Garcia getting shoulders up, I believe, at 2. It's over the rope, going for Emily Marshall, but here comes Julia Garcia, turning herself into, for pretty much a one-and-mate torpedo. And of course for Emily Marshall, given the fact she'd never been in an XWA ring in a matter of months, it seemed that she does have a little bit of ring rust, well, to say the very least. Now for Emily Marshall, we're trying to at least suplex Julia, but instead for Julia, suplexing Marshall. Seeing that for Julia Garcia, realizing like who she exactly is dealing with, and now they're trying to snap open the shoulder, of Emily Marshall, but does not end up working. The big boot ends up missing his target by a few inches, ducking under, going for Garcia, managed to jump over, and a release suplex done by Julia Garcia. Now I will say, although Julia Garcia although she may be the one to pretty much talk and not know what she's gonna get herself into, she does have the strength to back it up. So of course she may be, not maybe, but loves to talk shit, about certain people within the division. But she can also, throw hands, in order to back up those statements. But then you have people in the likes of Emily Marshall. Pretty much, she's highly trained, and also, at one point, was trained under the influence of impulse. But not anymore, as she's now her own self. After Emily Marshall lifting up Julia, and a massive roundhouse kick to the side of the face. Now being thrown straight into a commentary table, go for Julia Garcia. After Marshall getting herself back in the ring and seeming to scope out for Julia Garcia before attempting to try to do even more damage. And back into the ring for Julia Garcia at 7. Try to get off the metal rope to, metal rope forearm? I don't know. Into the rope going for Emily Marshall, and a massive, the Garcia slam by Julia Garcia, but it will only be a 2 count as Emily Marshall escaped. Now, for Emily Marshall looking to start gaining a small bit of momentum here tonight, but in Oklahoma City. That's pretty much Emily Marshall looking to bring back a few memories with the kill switch. With a kill switch of Emily Marshall. Cover now. And Julia Garcia gets shoulders up at a near fall. That being 2.9. Emily Marshall technically tried well, pretty much always looking to try and escape the wrath of Julio Garcia, but it is not working within her favor as for Garcia pretty much looking to throw caution to the wind. I don't know what is Garcia thinking of here. Looking to take flight with a massive elevated Spanish fly. It's almost like that for Garcia, trying to pretty much seriously injure Emily Marshall at some point. Recover by Garcia and a kick out at 1 by Emily Marshall. Standing moonsault connects by Garcia. After Garcia throwing Emily Marshall into the corner, kick to the gut. It seemed that for Garcia was pretty much trying to put out Emily Marshall with a very leap, but missing the swanton bomb, or I want to say miscalculating it. And that might give Emily Marshall a small advantage. So if she might be able to at least tire out Julia Garcia. But there's a massive spine buster. Well, bringing Garcia back down to earth. There goes Julia Garcia. Pretty much looking to be taken onto a ride. And pretty much welcome to the Shadow Realm by Emily Marshall. But it's seeming that for Emily Marshall is not finished. They're just looking to pick up what Garcia was pretty much looking to use a kill switch, but instead, Garcia managed to free herself from what could have been danger. There we got fans chanting out here, XWA, you love to see it. There's a massive kick into the lower back of Emily Marshall, but if 1 not enough, how about 2? It's even that Julia Garcia is desperate, but pretty much to pin, I want to say, well, not a veteran, but pretty much a well-experienced woman, but being thrown into the rope by Emily Marshall. Cover, and that will solidify her win. It's almost like that for Emily Marshall. Said enough of the bullshit. Proceeds to pick up Garcia and throw her into the ropes. Well, I guess that's one way to utilize the springboard. Damn straight, Reeves. But hopefully someone doesn't end up like Trick Williams did during fucking the deadline. Oh, please don't remind me. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fucking pain. One moment, if you will. Just grab the link. Go down to this person. Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the men's division to get active. There's not a whole lot of men in, at least for Xwa Underground. But I will be changing that, well, in the near future, so do not worry. Where... Here he is. But ladies and gentlemen, our next matchup will be Impulse taking on, I want to say, the former king, Devon Evans of KPW. Don't go anywhere. Oh. And we're back live here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as we are getting ready, well, for a bit of hard-hitting / high-flying action. I do not know, but here we can see Impulse, and I believe he actually ended up growing out his hair like he said he was. Well, I never thought it would end up looking like this.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Charlottesville, Virginia, weighing in at 215 pounds.
And you can hear the fans here in Oklahoma literally chanting for Impulse here. And we never thought that technically for Impulse was to be cheered, but he kind of into it as he literally telling the fans to keep it going. But I'm not sure will his opponent would be any happy about it. Well, I will say the former king, but not really.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at
Wait a minute. Well, how the hell is there a fucking platform here? I don't even want to fucking know. But anyway, that for Devon Evans, well, out here pretty much showing up from KPW to be exact. Okay. The very much for Devon Evans or Devon Angel, depends on how you want to call it. But he is ready to go to work here tonight. Because I want to say, for us, he's technically still known as the King, but in KPW, he's probably not known as the King. So of course, on one corner of the ring is Divine, on the other corner is Impulse. And here we go, the match is underway, here comes Impulse! Not even taking a second out of his day, trying to at least prove to himself that he is not trying to be put down like no bitch. Wait, we can say down here? Duh, it's fucking TV 14 for a reason. Oh yeah. Well, rated R and TV 14. But mostly TV 14. Got it. And for Impulse, but now picking up Devon Angel, trying to throw it into a corner, but Devon managed to reverse it, seeming almost looking to try to utilize, well, one of Impulse's moves, that being the corner gut check. You can literally hear like the Oklahoma crowd chanting for, well, Devon's name, almost making it sound like one of Seth Rollins' crowd chants. But technically that is the song of the King. And almost trying to get under the skin of Impulse. However, for Impulse, I'm not paying any attention, well, to it. after both of these men are going at it. But here comes Devon, using a little bit of a royal combo and suplex on Impulse. After Devon is not pretty much wasting no time in trying to pack up Impulse in the quickest way you can. The bell clap and a bit of a judo throw. So by Impulse trying to at least separate the two, but now after Divine Angel into a corner. And for Impulse, looking to rev up the engine, but here he comes, and a massive clothesline to a corner. After Impulse taking a second is pretty much what acknowledge what he has done, but it seems that he has let go, but pretty much eye of the ball. But there is the Royal Punch. Well, Viking, he gets the win against Impulse.
Here is your winner, the Kid, Devin Angel.
That Divine Angel will walk out of here with another win over his shoulder, I meant to say. But as we are moving on to our co-main event of tonight, and potentially after this I had to go to a different party, but that's for later on. Alright. After a co-main event, it will be the debut of Nicholas Blade versus the Xwa Underground champion, Xwa. You don't want to miss it. We're hearing some dark and ominous music, but that can only be the sign of the Blade is coming to Oklahoma for the very first time.
Manhattan, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Ghost, Nicholas Blade.
So of course, as you could hear from our ring announcer Mike Rome, he is pretty much in other companies, he is known as the Ghost, well, Nicholas Blade. And pretty much for Oklahoma City crowd is electric here for the debuting star, that being, well, Nicholas Blade. In fact, he actually has been one of the students over at the Xwa Performance Center, and believe it or not, he's been in the Performance Center for approximately 3 years. Was starting out in late 2020 and only graduating, well, in late 2020. Yeah, it was late 2022 where he ended up being graduated. From there, he would end up being, well, working as part of the so-called security crew of Xwa's backstage incidents, which you may or may have not seen him there before. After that, he ended up working, well, Xwa live events, to which he could for pretty much to the point where he was either winning or losing. His record as of right now for live events is 5-2. 5 wins, 2 losses. I say that's a good ass start. But how would that record tally up to a televised debut here tonight? Only time will tell.
And his opponent from Rutherford, New Jersey, weighing in at 185 pounds, the Extreme Underground Champion.
And here it comes, I want to say, the egotistical champion, Xwa. Of course, after getting into, well, not getting into, but also trying to do a bit of mind games, well, to Mr. Blue's team, well, during SWA's All for Nothing. He demanded to not only get into the head, but also technically played a major role into having Mr. Blue becoming a bit, well, pretty much not trusting his own teammates after, well, the whole pay-per-view. And say if after Blue saying it was Impulse's fault that they lost, but the real person that should be held responsible is this man right here. And now the match is underway between the champion versus the debuting star for Nicholas Blade. Trying to... Oh, hold on. Now I have to start ourselves back to this matchup here for our co-main event. The debuting star, Nicholas Blade, versus the Underground champion, that being Xwa. And so far for Nicholas Blade, and not actually doing that bad in terms of facing off against one of the top stars in this division for this brand. And now, wait a second, sleeper hold by Nicholas Blade, in which he said that's how he ended up getting, well, his first win at a live event, because he does have somewhat of a pretty strong sleeper hold. So of course the crowd is a little bit mixed on the two individuals, because technically, when thinking about it, Xwa was pretty much the evil mastermind calling the shots, because, I'm not sure for those that noticed, but for Xwa, pretty much before XWA's All for Nothing, he literally told, well, one of his allies for that match, well, Amir fought to spear Blue, but having it for Impulse once puts Blue out of the way, Blue would probably want to be even medically cleared to compete in the match. So what they to Impulse technically saying that he will be his shield for the match, and he kept his word. But of course, we are focusing on the now. Nicholas Blade trying to go for a massive pump kick, but missed the target as Xwa moved out of the way in time. But it's still going to spell disaster for the champion. Nicholas Blade technically trying to throw Xwa into the ropes, however for Xwa, managed to regain a bit of momentum, and it won't work. Now keep in mind the title is not on the line, but Xwa is fighting like it is. So the massive forearm by Xwa. Almost looking to try to go for a tiger suplex, but instead doesn't. I have no idea. However, Nicholas Blade tried to roll over Xwa, grabbing the pin and kick out at one. Pretty much going to look up pretty much out for a massive screw attack. Well, the screw attack done by Nicholas Blade, cover now onto the champion. But Xwa is going to keep on kicking. Nicholas Blade trying to go for a massive adapter kick off the middle rope. He was almost trying to regain his balance that he almost lost it while upon landing. Technically for Zach Wilde, but pretty much not doing so well in terms of Nicholas Blade. And plus, after Nicholas Blade said that it would be an honor to go up against one of the champions in XWA, but never in his dream that he thought he would go up against was Zach Wilde. And kick to the midsection now. See that Zach Wilde trying to take Blade into the wild side. It cover. And Nicholas Blade kicks out of the wild side of Zach Wilde. Continued after Zach Wilde, well, reasonably being pissed off at Nicholas Blade. Okay, we kind of go and lower back, not once but twice, and see me. But Zach Wilde trying to become a bit of a high flyer here tonight, but it doesn't work within his favor. Again, missing the pump kick by Nicholas Blade, but there is the total reject by Zach Wilde. And it only gets a 2 pinfall count. Well, a 2 count pinfall. And now for Zach Wilde. Looking to go again, kick to the midsection, and taking Blade into the wild side yet again, covered now by the champion. And Nicholas Blade still kicks out of 2. Where is Nicholas Blade finding all this momentum and seemingly to push back? And there's the screw attack. Screw attack connects onto Zach Wilde, covered now. And Zach Wilde had been defeated, and Nicholas Blade just seemingly just pinned the champion. And Nicholas Blade can't even believe it himself. And I will say it's kind of wise for him to roll out of the ring, because knowing Zach Wilde, he is not going to take that loss very lightly. But then again, your winner will pretty much go to the debuting star, that being Nicholas Blade. And now, ladies and gentlemen, well, actually, oh shit, I think we are getting word that the Underground general manager will have an announcement for the main event. So without further ado, we go straight to him. And also, give me one moment, because I have to turn down the music so that we all can hear. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of an announcement. Well, comes from the Underground general manager, so we go to him right now. Ladies and gentlemen of the Oklahoma City, Oklahoma crowd, it is I, your XWA Underground General Manager, or Hurtful, or known as my other name, Exiled. In tonight's main event, I have been given the power to up the ante of this matchup. And how would this matchup end up being up the ante, you may ask? Well, glad you asked. Because, I don't know, is it even possible, but this match will be contested, this match will either have 1 or 2 stipulations. The match will be either contested in a ladder match for the Women's Tag Team Championships, or a Extreme Rules match. So, with that being said, both women have already chosen their stipulations. And since the votes already came to a tie, I end up asking the higher ups, what should we do? And the match has been confirmed to be an Extreme Rules Tag Team title match. That is right. That is right. It will be All the Outlaws versus East Front in an Extreme Rules match for the tag team titles, effective right now. And what a shocking announcement by our general manager here at Underground. But prepare what he just said. It's true that our main event tonight will be the champions, East Front versus their challengers, well, are the Outlaws. Well, tonight for the championships. And the fact that he said that the match will be contested under, well, Extreme Rules. And in those Extreme Rules, obviously there is no fucking rules. So technically, they have the free will to do whatever they fucking please. Turn that on. So whoever comes out on top here tonight will be crowned the winner. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because our main event, well, East Front versus All the Outlaws, is coming out next after word from our sponsors, which we only have one. I could just... Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean we don't have the damn commercial? Wait, you say you don't know where the commercial is? Alright, just go on here and press random. Well, no, not press random. Just click this link right here and you should be good. Boss, how long is this goddamn, like, ad? It's like 1 minute 30 seconds. You should be fine. Alright.
Alright, matey, you just won a 30-man Royal Rumble from the #1 spot. Now we got you in a 5-man gauntlet match from the #1 spot. You got this, right?
No energy, no focus. So, thirsty.
Not for long you aren't.
Bird girl.
Chirp yeah. You need Big Chirp Energy Elixir Big Dude. With flavors like Radical Raz, Chirping Cherry Blast, Snazzy Snowberry, and Neon Street Citrus, you'll stay alert, focused, and energized, all with natural caffeine ingredients.
Well, that's quite lovely. I do enjoy the flavor and texture. And only 200 milligrams of caffeine, I could drink another to reach the safe caffeine limit.
Now, go crack some skulls.
And we're back here live for XWA's main event in Underground. And of course we do want to give ourselves a big shout out to the Media Outcast on Twitter for the ad of Big Chirp Energy and Seltzer. And that's what this main event is sponsored by. Well, Blue, it's better late than never because you just made it in time for the main event. And here comes, I want to say, the champions, that being Amber Blake and Ava Brooke. I can tell that they won these belts over at XWA's Halloween Takeover, defeating, well, Las Gorillas in the opening contest, mind you. So they literally, pretty much at the start of that pay-per-view, they end up winning these belts that you see around their waist. But the question is, who will dethrone them? And another shocking thing is that this tag team only have held the belt for approximately, let me do my fucking research, hold the fuck on. If I remember, because I did do Halloween Takeover in fucking October. Exactly a few months ago, but not really. It was 1 month ago and counting that they have been champions. Well, actually, fucking, I would just say fucking 2 months and call it a day there. But anyways, East Front had been the women's tag champions. Well, East Front had been the women's tag champion for 2 months, and here we go for the matchup again now. Pretty much as is for East Front against all the Outlaws for the championship. And keep in mind, well, not keep in mind, but to keep in mind that our general manager has said that this match is contested under Extreme Rules. No, it's an Extreme Rules match. You missed the announcement, but don't worry, it's okay. There we have for AJ Mack turning her attention towards Amber Blade. They're trying to go for a massive suplex cover, but only gets like a 1 count pinfall. And so far for East Front was already trying to assert dominance into this ring, as now the fight is being taken onto the outside as there are no countouts given the fact that this is an Extreme Rules match. It seems that East Front is willing to do everything within their power to retain the championships one way or another, and now the fight is fully being taken onto the outside. But here comes Palmer O'Reilly to save for best friend AJ Mack. But of course, with one tag partner coming in, another one will shortly follow behind. Okay, table's going for, well, like, Amber Blake, I want to say. Yep, I know. But now, the AJ Mack introducing a sledgehammer to, well, pretty much to the matchup. There's also a trash can. And pretty much a sledgehammer to the side of the head, going for Ava Brooke. And I know that is not going to be pretty in terms of patching that up. Now it's back inside the ring, going for AJ Mack, and here comes Ava Brooke, trying to at least get a bit of revenge